Okay, guys, time for my Week 5 pick'ems. Now, first of all, before I get started, I want to just point out that so far this season with my picks, I'm 34 and 28. Not bad, but I'm hoping for better, obviously. Okay, first game, Buffalo versus Jacksonville. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually picking Buffalo to win. Simply put, Jacksonville's defense is terrible. Buffalo's offense is getting better. All right, they still have C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson. That's going to be a pretty dangerous combo going down the road. On top of that, Ryan Fitzpatrick is getting a lot better and is turning into a very mobile quarterback. And on top of that, excuse me, he said that he's gotten synergized with his receivers, which means he is going to tear Jacksonville's defense apart. So I'm going to take Buffalo in this one. Next up, we have Cincinnati versus Tampa Bay. Here's an upset for you. I'm going with Tampa. This just seems like it seems pretty. How do I put this? Tampa Bay is a lot better than a lot of people are giving credit for, and Cincinnati, he did like Carson Palmer did really well against Cleveland's defense, but Tampa Bay's defense is quite a bit better. All right, it's not you know in the same range as say the Ravens or the Jets or the Bears, but and yes, I do think that the Bears defense is kick ass, but Cincinnati's or but Tampa Bay's defense is getting a lot better. So I think that Tampa will pull off the upset here. Then we have Atlanta versus Cleveland. I think this one's easily going to go to Atlanta. All right. Atlanta's got a high-powered offense led by Roddy White and Matt Ryan. Cleveland has a poor defense led by Atlanta to win. Detroit versus St. Louis. Now this one could go either way, but St. Louis is going to take the win. Sam Bradford has become vastly better than any of us predicted. We thought that, he was just going to follow in all the stereotypes of rookies at quarterback, but St. Louis has given him the reins and he's taken off with it. So I'm really impressed with what Sam Bradford's done so far. So far, I think that the best move that I've made in any of my leagues was to pick up Sam Bradford in my 16-team league. Because my old quarterbacks were Chad Henne and Jason Campbell. Yeah, that was smart. But anyway, yeah, St. Louis will win this one. I don't think Detroit's going to win it, but they'll make it close. That's what Sean Hill does pretty well. Indy versus KC. Another upset for you. KC will stay 4-0. Simply put, Indianapolis is injured beyond all recognition. I mentioned it in my injury report. They have a ton of players who are already on the injured list. Reggie Wayne, Pierre Garcon, Austin Collie, Anthony Gonzalez, Donald Brown, Joseph Adai, Mike Hart. Even if they do play, they're not going to be at 100% and they can't be expected to handle a full workload. So they're going to have to start some people that are hurt. I mean, the only people that are healthy are Dallas Clark, Peyton Manning, and Blair White, like I said in that video. So, and besides, KC has a powerful running game with Thomas Jones and Jamal Charles that can run it at Indianapolis, and we've learned that that has been Indianapolis's problem. So I think that KC can run through this team, and they will get the win in this one. It's kind of shocking, but I think that KC will stay undefeated and go to 4-0. Green Bay versus Washington. Washington just hasn't impressed me a lot. Like, they were able to beat Philadelphia, but, they didn't look good doing it. I think Green Bay can win, and they can win big time. Then we have Carolina versus Chicago. This is going to be a very uninteresting match. Jay Cutler injured for Chicago, Steve Smith injured for Carolina. Basically, first to 10 points wins. This game could easily be decided by defensive or special teams touchdown. And judging by which defense and special teams is better, I got to give the nod to Chicago in this one. I feel like, Brian Urlacher or Lance Briggs or Devin Hester or, I don't know, Tommy Harris, any one of them, or Julius Peppers, how did I miss him? Any one of them can cause a defensive touchdown. So, and plus, kicking will be pretty big in this one too. And I think that Robbie Gould is quite a bit better than John Casey. So, I think that Chicago will win, but they won't win pretty. Baltimore versus Denver. This one's going to Baltimore. Now, Denver's passing game has impressed me. Kyle Orton is looking like he's going to throw easily over 4,000 yards, possibly over 4,500. But what we have here is Baltimore's defense is the best in the league at stopping the pass. And Denver has no running game to rely on. They're averaging 55 yards per game on the ground. Okay? I don't think that they can just single-handedly switch over to the rushing game. And besides that, Baltimore's run defense isn't too shabby either. So I think, league's number one pass offense versus league's number one pass defense. I got to give it to the defense in this one. Baltimore will take this one. Houston versus the New York Giants. I think that this one is going to go to Houston. Houston's offense just seems a lot better. Granted, Houston's offensive line isn't great, which means that Matt Schaub might be in danger of the same stuff that happened last week to Chicago. But I also think that Houston's offense is better in general than Chicago's because they have both a big-time passing game and a big-time running game. So Houston will be able to move the ball around and avoid the pass rush that the Giants are no doubt going to bring. So I'll take Houston to win this one. New Orleans versus Arizona. This one's not even close, okay? I know that New Orleans got scared by Carolina, but we're talking about an even worse team than Carolina in Arizona, okay? Which is kind of ironic because for years I've been saying that Arizona was going to come back or was going to do something big, and then the one year they do something big, then the next year, right back in the crapper. But anyway, back to what I was saying. New Orleans is going to take this one big time. Dallas versus Tennessee. For this one, I'm going with Dallas. Tennessee, I don't know, they're just too one-dimensional. They're too heavily dependent on Chris Johnson. Their defense is getting better. It is. But Dallas's offense, they can get the ball out, they can get the ball around, and their running game is better than people are giving them credit for. So, I'll take Dallas in this one. San Diego versus Oakland. San Diego seemed a bit iffy at times. Like I said before, I think they're 2-2, but they've done well in order to, how do I put this? The two games that they lost were flukes, okay? They're going to topple Oakland big time. Sunday night, San Francisco versus Philadelphia. I like Philly in this one. Now, even though Kevin Cobb is not going to sling the ball around like, Vic did, I think that he'll still manage the game well. He'll get the ball where it needs to go. Make Brent Selleck a fantasy hero this week. And all in all, I think that he can lead Philadelphia past San Francisco. Plus, even though San Francisco's defense has been pretty bad this season, I'm getting that wrong. Philadelphia's defense is pretty good, and I think that they can easily knock off San Francisco's all of a sudden lackluster offense. So, Philadelphia to take this one. I don't even know why San Francisco is listed as the favorite in this one. And finally, Monday night, the New York Jets versus Minnesota. Randy Moss's first appearance in Minnesota since 2005 as a Viking, I should say. So, what should I go with in this one? I like the Jets. This is going to be a big defensive matchup. Two of the best defenses in the league. You got Darrelle Revis, you got Jared Allen, you got Calvin Pace, and you got the Williams Wall. It's just going to be big. It's going to be a good match. But I still think that the New York Jets' offense is better than Minnesota's offense because they still have to integrate Randy Moss back into the system. I mean, he has been with the system. He was with the system for years, but it's also been years since he's been in the system, so it's probably changed up quite a bit. So I think in this one, it's going to go to the Jets. So, yeah, that's just about it. See you later.